I'm in my zone, bass bouncing off the styrofoam. I'm never in between, I'm either hot or cold. Can't be a loser, I maneuver like I got a clone. I'm out here in these streets like I ain't got a home. And you barely hear from me like I ain't got a phone. Because there's no days off, there's no days off. I know it sounds a little painful, but it pays off. Social sites.
Thank you, Coach. From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New York Jets and the Miami Dolphins. As of this morning, summer officially over. It's time for autumn football, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is fielded at the goal line. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Taken down here at about the 23-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. He probably feels like he cannot get a break. He was sacked 7 times last week. And here we go again in the first quarter.
And we always talk about the internal clock of a quarterback in the pocket and how he has to have a real keen sense of it in order to get rid of the football. After being sacked 7 times last week, that clock has been sped up.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th. On 4th down, Matt Hawk to punt it away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 from back at their own 10-yard line.
Detroit! Detroit!
And they'll go with a ground attack here. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
All right, now, look at 56.
To throw on second down is Darnold. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Hurry up, here we go.
From the 50, it's Darnold. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's got this down to the 35. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 and a first down. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, you know, how you guys didn't come out of the gate. I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Jets have taken a first-quarter lead.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now the punter who also does the kickoff duties, Locke Edwards, out to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Here we go. White 90. White 90.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And that is incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
He'll look to throw. Flushed out right. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Set. Green 39. Green 39.
And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, that one was over before it could get rolling. How about the D just knifing into the backfield and shutting that one down?
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's Darnold now on 2nd down. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. In for the score. And the Jets find a way to stretch their lead. Now Myers for the extra point. Myers connects on the PAT, and it's now 14-0. Now the punter, who also does the kickoff duties, Locke Edwards, out to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays.
Here we go.
Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And he'll take this one up to about the 23. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Flush to his right. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 and a first down.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
On the NFL scoreboard, an update from Foxborough. And the Bucs are out to an early lead. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses.
190.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Looking left side, he's got it. Complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. They'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got it. Complete. Flashy little move, but unable to reach the 40. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it'll be a 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Back to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Marcus May with a pick.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their 38.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
And they'll go on the ground. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. With Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the Jets in possession as we begin quarter number 2 here. But they face a 2nd and long to start things out.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Raekwon McMillan. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. Good starting field position for the Dolphins as they have it 1st and 10.
Ohio! Ohio!
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Flex round! Flex round!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
And he'll get it down to the 47 here. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. And now with the play clock winding. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down.
Here we go! What? 90! What? 90! Check, check. Fresno! 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 57 Mike! 57 Mike! Watch the pass! Watch the pass! Here we go! Here we go!
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Open man right side is Smith-Schuster, complete. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. This quarterback now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here.
Flex round!
And on the ground they go with the running back. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver. Motion, man. Motion.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Over the middle. Hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there at 22. First foray into the red zone for Miami. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17.
Come on, let's go! White 90! White 90!
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Escape, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Leonard Williams able to collapse the pocket and drop him for a loss of a yard. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. They'll look to throw here. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. Give him 9 on the play, and just like that, it's 3rd down. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard.
Go, go, run, run, run. We got 3 down, 3 down. Hey, fellas, we got 3, let's go.
Again, the offense will stay out there. They've converted once on this drive. What can they do here on 4th down? They'll run it now out of the gun. Going absolutely nowhere. He'll wind up losing a yard or 2. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the 1st down. And the Jets are going to get the football back. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
4 down. Now let's go.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to lose yardage here back at the 8. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Set. Green 39. Green 39.
On 2nd down, Darnold. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
2 minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back to Miami after this. Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down.
Now let's go! 3-19! 3-19! Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Instead, they go empty backfield as they'll look to throw. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. He'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. They give him a gain of 37.
Now, that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
Now a handoff looking right. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. But the converse is, though, you've got to win those one-on-one blocks. And when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Darnold now to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Detroit! Detroit!
And they'll run it here. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Jets are going to add on to their lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that makes the score 21-0. Now the punter, who also does the kickoff duties, Locke Edwards, out to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half. Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that is incomplete here.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Flex round! Flex round!
A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Now he'll turn and throw deep back to the... And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
After the interception, here's Darnold. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. This quarterback now 10 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll throw now on the final play. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Jets on top. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. So out now come the Jets. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
Right back to him on first down. Looking for an opening, not much there. He'll get it to the 39. And on the stop defensively, Raekwon McMillan.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go into the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
Third and long, it's Darnold. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Give him 30 yards there. The rookie Darnold seemingly in control of this Jets offense. He's got him on the move. It's first down. got it on the toss. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39, green 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Now Edwards to kick as he sends it away. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked out at about the 3-yard line. So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out if that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Flushed out right. He's airing it out for Williams. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. It's a big play there for Miami. 45 yards. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's low. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Let's go. White 90.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
On the run, he'll let it. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. As his guys are in for 6. And the Dolphins are able to cut into this lead. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now out come the Jets. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because What you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team. Their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. To throw on 2nd down is Darnold. On the crossing route, complete. It's Black. 14 yards is the pickup there, and a Jet first down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Now, lucky 56, lucky 56.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Darnold from the gun. Wide open receiver complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Jet first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Detroit!
They'll run it now out of the gun. He'll get it to the 23-yard line. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you're worried about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with the lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on third down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
Third and 2, Darnold. Found his target, it's Anderson. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. Back now in Miami. It's Jet football as they've got the lead here, and we get set to begin quarter number 4. This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. A great effort there. 15 yards. And the Jets find a way to stretch their lead. And he keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now. No question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what...
He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Looking deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 35. A big play there for the Dolphins. 51 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll go down at the 28. It's a 4-yard pickup, and it'll make it a second down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle him after the catch, inbounds.
And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Dolphins are able to draw a bit closer. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll weave his way up, all the way up, a few yards shy of midfield.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. Here's Darnold now on second down. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A really good pickup of 28 yards. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there, and now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And Myers able to knock it through, and that'll push the lead up to 17. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
The Dolphins getting set to go here. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Being chased out left. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 35. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
with the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and next Christmas.
That's correct. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. A great effort there. A 10-yard touchdown run. And the Jets capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Now it's looking incredibly likely to be a 3-0 start to this season. That is obviously excellent. 2-0 is one thing. 3-0, you really have some momentum.
And now they're serving notice to the rest of the league that they're a pretty darn good football team. Confident, aggressive, attacking at all times. This looks like a team that you're going to have to deal with. And guess what? Behind closed doors, they're trying to figure out ways to get better.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. They'll look to throw. And incomplete here on 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 49. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. Instead of running, Darnold's going to throw this thing. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. His throw incomplete.
I can put just a little bit too much heat on that one. When you throw it to the outside, you do have to be careful because you got to keep it away from the defender. But you also have to give your own guy a chance, too.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And the pressure gets to him again. Trey Hendrickson, he's the one to get him this time. And back-to-back sacks are going to bring up a 4th down. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. Here's Matt Hawk now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This is taken at the 18. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. And New York set to take the field. They have the big cushion. Here in the final stages of this one, I don't know if there's any better feeling than being up big on the road.
There really can't be, because for a team to go on the road and win in the NFL, that's huge to begin with. But just think about all the preparation that went into it. When they first started talking about this game, leading up to it during the week, going on the road, unfamiliar city, obviously, unfamiliar hotel. No one's going to be with you once you get to the stadium. They're all going to be against you. You name it, all those things they had to deal with, they were able to conquer them and do it convincingly.
Yeah, they did it very convincingly, and now the final moments of this one. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Are you one of those guys that's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Got your notes laminated, because, you know, open-air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way, how impressive is it that you travel with a laminator? I didn't even know there was a portable laminator.
The things that you learn.
Golly, wise beyond his years. So for the Jets, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to New England to take on the Patriots. Meanwhile, for Miami, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll get the extra week to think about this one as they return to action in 2 weeks' time. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.